Hi, so we're thinking about how filling the city with joy, and this week think filling the city with Jesus, and it all comes from Ephesians and the idea of fullness that there is in Ephesians in chapter 1. Paul talks about the church is the fullness of Christ and Christ filling everything. It talks in Ephesians chapter 3 when Paul prays for how that we would know how wide and long and high and deep is the love of Christ and may be filled to the measure of the fullness of God. And then in chapter 4 he talks about how Jesus descended and then ascended above all things in order to fill the whole universe. And I think that's such a key passage, that it's not Jesus wanting to fill the church so that we can somehow sort of influence other people, but Jesus wants to fill the whole space. And it's part of my theology of the kingdom that the yeast goes through the whole dough, that the everything is impacted by the kingdom of God. And so if he's going to fill the whole universe, fill the whole world, fill every aspect of society, then we need to be praying and acting in every sphere that we work in order to bring something of the presence and the power of Jesus. And in Ephesians chapter 4 verse 11 to 13, it talks about how we are equipped for works of service, and it's as we serve that we fill the whole thing. And the apostles and the prophets and the evangelists and the pastors teach us how to live in a way that fills the place with Jesus as we serve. And so the apostles want us to serve as we change the environment. The prophets, they want us to serve as we speak what's on the heart of God and encourage and comfort and strengthen people and bring Jesus into the mix. The evangelists want us to serve by bringing people to a place of peace and joy and relationship with Christ. And the pastors want us to serve by helping, encouraging, blessing, helping people to pull on the strength of the Father and to be as the best that they can possibly be as people and as children of God. And we learn from those people in order to serve, in order to fill the whole universe. And I just love that concept. I think that's such a powerful thing for us to consider and to think about as to how we are trying to fill our space with Jesus. And then I talked about the 6 M's that the London Institute of Contemporary Christianity have developed, and I just really like them. I think they help us to cope with the day-to-day mundane days when no one becomes a Christian, the days when no one gets healed, the days when there isn't a miracle, and which for most of us is most days, isn't it? And how we can fill the space with Jesus in a perhaps a more mundane or normal or everyday way. And that's modelling godly character, the way that we live reflecting Jesus, making good work, the way that we act in then doing all things to the glory of God, ministering love and peace. I think ministering grace and love was the phrase that was used, but that sense of just what we're bringing, what we're giving, what's flowing out of us, being a mouthpiece for truth and justice, to be someone who stands up for the oppressed, takes on the whole justice and the social impact of the kingdom of God, and champions that in different ways. And we can do that in all sorts of ways in our family, in our workplace, in our neighbourhood. And then being a messenger of the good news, bringing something of the good news of Jesus, the gospel, to people so that they might be transformed into the likeness of Christ too. And so all of that, as we serve in all of those ways, it fills the space with Jesus. He fills all things. And I just pray that as we do that we fill the city, and that the city will be full of joy and full of Jesus. Have a good time as you talk about these things. I hope they're helpful, and I hope that you can put them into practice. I was talking to 1 or 2 people on Sunday who were just saying what a difference this is making to their life, their everyday 9 to 5, Monday to Friday life. And I just appreciate that so much. Bless you. Have a good time as you do this stuff. See you in a bit. Bye-bye.